So let me talk a little bit about Itikaf. Itikaf is a very rare opportunity, people. Honestly, you don't know what you're missing. I'll tell you why it's a rare opportunity. Many people complain to me and say to me, "Oh, Mufti Sahib, life is difficult. You've got a life. I've got a life. I've got a wife. I've got kids. I've got, work. I just don't get no time for deen. I'm trying so much to make some time for deen, but it tends to be the last thing that I do, and it falls off at the end of the day. And sometimes I say, I'm just going to go on a weekend away on Jama, go on Friday night, come back on Sunday night. I plan it. It's all going well. And then something comes up. I don't do that. For once in the year, for 10 days, you can take your phone with you, don't get me wrong, but just switch your phone off whilst you're in the masjid over certain times and truly dedicate yourself to find yourself. Forget about finding Allah, find yourself, right? Find yourself. Who am I? What am I doing? How am I spending my time in this life? How long have I got left of this life? How long before I'm the guy whose picture's going around on the janaza announcement? How long before I'm the guy that's being rushed off to hospital because I've had a heart attack, or worse still, I'm being informed at a hospital that I've got some, disease that I'm never going to recover from? Is that the time you're going to make that change? Well, that's only a step away. That's only, a day away, a week away, a month away, a year away. You don't know when it's going to come. So don't wait for that. And for you to kind of get your head in the right space, that's why you need to go on Itikaf. And when you do go for Itikaf, go into a masjid which is busy and active. Unless, alhamdulillah, you are a solid guy. If you're a solid guy, you can go into any masjid. You can go into the jungle, right? And you can sit in a corner, mashallah, in Itikaf, and, you'll have the animals sitting around you because of your piety. But for most average people, you need to go into a masjid which is active, that there's some scholars coming in, talking, so that they can give you more confidence, it can give you more motivation. There's also opportunity that those people in Itikaf with you are learned people, so you can sit with them and say, Maulana Sahib, Mufti Sahib, just teach me this mas'ala. Can I just go over my tajweed a little bit? I'm not sure about this a little bit. This happened in my house the other day, whatever. And make good acquaintances, because if you make good acquaintances, then those acquaintances can last for life. Those acquaintances, can carry, because you are there, day and night in that spiritual environment, and you're solely there for the worship of Allah. And it can be relaxing as well. Those people that I've spent some time with in Itikaf, it's relaxing as well. We crack the odd joke. We have good friendly conversations, good strong love, mashallah, muhabba, the brotherhood, eating together. And we also, eat together. And sometimes we get together and we eat. And I think every now and then we try to get something eaten as well. So, you can see that it's all good fun as well. So that it's not just like military, you're not going to boot camp. It's not like that before people start freaking out. Oh my God, will I turn into a Maulana or something? No. You wish. That doesn't happen in 10 days. That takes about 15. No. That's a long time it's going to take. But at least what you do is you find out who you are. And even if you unfortunately don't find out who you are, that's just never meant for you, at least you drop some sins that you may have been carrying for the last year, or carrying for the last 2 years, or carrying for the last 5 years, or the last 10 years. Yeah. And maybe it gets your life in order. Maybe, you spend some time in there and life suddenly makes sense. And I was talking to, you can see I went to the hairdressers, barbers really. In Bradford, we don't go to hairdressers, we go to barbers. Nobody dresses their hair. I did a short back and sides and on top, alhamdulillah. I was talking to him, a young man, and he was mentioning a brother. And this brother had, challenging times. His first wife had passed away, if I can remember correctly. His first wife passed away. He then married again. And his second wife has kind of left him, abandoned him. And now, unfortunately, she's polluting the minds of his children against him. And he's in a dark place at the moment. He's in a dark place. He doesn't want to come out. He wants to stay at home. He doesn't want to see anybody. He feels he's a failure. He feels there's nothing to look forward to in life. He's in a bad way. He's in a bad way. Obviously, I gave some nasiha to the young man that was, removing my hair, about what he should do. But if you're in that place, it's taken something to get you there. but it's got to take something to get you out of there. And you know, sometimes itikaf is the answer. You know, itikaf is the answer. You come and you sit, you listen, you at least, you know, what you do if you're there for 10 days, assuming it's 10 days of itikaf and not 9, but say you're there for 10 days, then you've prayed 50 salahs with Jama. And if you get your act together, you've got takbir al-tahrim as well. Now, come on. How can praying 50 salahs with Jama and catching takbir al-tahrim not be a bad thing, not be a good thing? Was that too many negatives? You know what I mean? How can that be a bad thing? Let's just be simple. How can that be a bad thing? How can that not impact on you when you may have only caught 1 salah or 2 salahs in a week with takbir al-tahrim, and now you've caught 50? How can that be? And because you're in the masjid, you might recite half a Quran or a quarter of the Quran if you're not that fast. And many people are coming to the masjid and collecting for places far out. You know, I was there in the Masjid al-Rashideen, and Hafiz Saab there is working with another Maulana from another masjid not too far from here, and they've got an orphanage in Gambia. I hope he's not watching, because if I've got it wrong, I'm in trouble. In Gambia, I believe. And they were raising funds, and they've got like 450 students or something that are orphans or something like that, and they fund for everything. So you find out about that. You know, you don't find out about that sat at home. You don't find out about it on WhatsApp. You sat there, you hear it. It's quite a moving story. Think, subhanAllah, I want to play a part in that. You drop a fiver. You drop a tenner. You don't even have to drop anything nowadays. You just get your card and they congal your bank account for you. And that £5, £10, you know, might go towards something which on Yawm al-Qiyamah, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm in trouble. And then you see this huge pile of reward and you think, whoa, whose is that? And the angels say, this is for you, mate. You know, come and collect it. And you say, well, wait a minute, I don't remember memorizing the Quran. I just about memorized Surah Ikhlas. I don't remember leading people in Salah. I don't remember doing all of this. And the angels will say to you, no, you're right. You didn't do any of this. Relax, right? But you paid for a student, if you remember, back in 2026, when you went for once that time, you went for Itikaf, and you sat there, and these people came, and you went and you paid for one student for the 1 year fees, if you remember, right? That student became a Hafiz, he became an Imam, and he was only 18 years old when he became an Imam, and he stayed as an Imam till he was 68 before he passed away. So for 50 years, he was an Imam, and he led countless number of salahs for countless number of people, and that's the ajr there that you're going to now collect. That opportunity wouldn't have come to you if you were at home, but it came to you because you were in Itikaf. So the opportunities are great. Very great. And I said, you know, people will come, alhamdulillah, if you've got scholars, maybe doing something after Asr, maybe something else, you know, you grow those connections. So do really think about it. You do not need to be pious to go in Itikaf. This is a Beokufi, right? If you're already pious, then you wouldn't need to go Itikaf. Itikaf is the place for sinners. Right? It's not the place for angels. The angels are already angels. It's for us, you know, people who are trying to become better people to go there. It's for us. It's for our benefit. It strengthens our iman. It gives us another year that we think, you know what, that wasn't too bad. Alhamdulillah, I'm quite happy. I'm going to enjoy this meal. Or as Usman will say, I'm going to enjoy this time in this gulab jamun paradise. And, you know, you can enjoy it there. Then you can then think, you know, that Eid al-Fitr is worth it. Anyway, we've done our hour. I don't want to go on too long.